Hello guys, welcome along to an Xbox 360 pickup video. Now this video has been kind of long overdue. I've accumulated a huge pile of games here. So I'm going to try and get through them. Usually I kind of tell you where I got them from, etc. I can't mind exactly where I've got each one from. CEX, charity shops, might even been a few on Gumtree. First of all, I'm going to show you an Xbox One game that I got that I haven't showed yet, and it's This War of Mine, The Little Ones. I've not put a great deal of time into this. I knew what type of game it was before I bought it. I was going to download it because I noticed it was when it got released. I checked to see if there was a physical copy. There was. I had credit, so obviously I want the real physical copy. It's a kind of survival game. And the way to describe it is it's a kind of zombie survival game with the zombies in it though. So you've got all the other elements in it. It's in a war. It's in a country where there's war. So you're looking for food, and you're looking for weapons, and you're looking for bits to make a bit of a cooker so you can cook food, etc. for clean water. And you start off with 3 characters, and I believe it's a random 3 characters. I don't know what pool of characters you get, but I don't think it's the same 3 every single time. But one of my characters died, but it means the game still continues with the other 2. Interesting game, aye. No for everybody. It was only it's a 25 quid game, so it's not a full price game. I believe this came out on the PC, so it's like a PC game. So it's no for everybody. You have to check it out to see what I mean. Anyway, that done. So the rest of the Xbox 360, and like I said, I'm going to try and tell you kind of where I got them from. A lot of them are from Cash Generator. My Cash Generator is I've got loads of Xbox 360 games. I mean, loads and loads, and they're all $2.99. There's a few of them that are more expensive because they're the later ones, but the majority of them are $2.99, and that's where I get up most of my games from. So anyway, let's get through it. Trivial Pursuit. No, I've not played it. They are complete because, well, I Cash Generator asked them to open up the cabinet and have a look. Trivial Pursuit. I mean, I suppose it's what it is. It's a board game thingy, the board game. This one I just picked up the other day, charity shop. It was one of the shops. I went and done a video of me going into charity shops with this camera, my GoPro, and this is one of the shops that I showed you in it. When I got nothing, but I went the other day and I got a game, which I never filmed myself. It's a Fighters Uncaged. It's a Kinect game. I think this was a game that got released when the Kinect came out. Yeah, I don't know how good it is. Like I said, I've not tried this one. I think you're going to be punching air for fighting, so I don't know how good it is. But it was only a couple of £1.99 or £1.90 it was or something. Vin Diesel Wheelman, a game that I thought I had. This was from a charity shop again. 99p. A game that I thought I had, but when I checked my listings, I never had it. It's not a hard game to get. Although what I did notice when I got home, because I'm sure it was taped, is this game comes with a map, which is really good because I would never have known if I'd got the game and it only came with the manual, I would never have known that there's a map. So that's brilliant, and it's a Wheelman map, isn't it? Aye, it tells you. Aye, it is. Look at the bottom. So I would never have known that. So that's good to get that. Kind of makes it more complete. Same time as Wheelman, World Series Poker 2008. There's a lot of these poker games for the Xbox 360. I'll never put it on and play. But if I'm going for my collection, I need to get them all. So that's another one. Again with this, Hannah Montana the movie. I take it it's a singing type game. maybe no, I'm not sure though, but it's, aye, well, again, it was only £1 or something, so, W13, my kids love this type of game, my daughter, and my son, but my daughter, my 10-year-old daughter loves playing these games, and I've got them all up to, I think I've got 14, so I've got them all up to 14, because it used to be SmackDown versus Raw 07, 08, 9, and then it's went to, well, it just calls it WW13 or W13. Another game I found in a charity shop, which is unusual to get these types of games. You never see these games, and it's NHL 10. It's EA Hockey, NHL 10. You never find these games. I mean, I've always played these games, going right back to the Mega Drive. It's one of my favourite games on Mega Drive actually is the NHL PE Hockey 92. And every now and again, every few years, I'll buy a hockey game. In fact, I've just downloaded, I'm part of the EA Access on my Xbox One, so I've just downloaded NHL 16 because that's just went up in the game vault, so I'll be playing that. Again, it was 99 pence, so to get, because they didn't sell well here, and a lot of them, even your NHLs for the last year and the year before, they always go for a wee bit of money, and I needed that. Brilliant. Again, let's get rid of this because otherwise I'm going to be piled up here. Sega Rally. It's alright. I mean, when I got this a wee while ago, a month ago or something, I ended up having a Sega Rally session because I got my Sega Saturn, which I've told you about in the previous videos. My Sega Saturn's up and running, so I was playing Sega Rally with that, and that's my favourite Sega Rally. I noticed I had the Dreamcast Sega Rally 2, which I'd never really played, and then I was playing this to see what they're all like, and I actually like the Saturn version best, although obviously the graphics in this are far superior, the conditions and all that kind of stuff, but I don't know, there's something about the old Saturn version, which is the kind of arcade version, which is good. Sega Rally. Try to remember what I got here. I went and bought, where did I get this new? Because this is quite a new game. I must have I think I bought a few games off somebody on Gumtree. But anyway, it's Destiny. And that's what I mean by being quite a new game. I've not put this on. I know Destiny's on Xbox One. I know my older son, he loves Destiny. And I think he's got an expansion pack made by Bungie, who used to make Halo, different classes, all the. Like again, I've not put it on and tried it. I don't even know if there is a single player. No, I'm looking down here and it's saying online only, so there's obviously no a single player. Whether you can play a single player online type of thing with bots, I'm not sure. But I must have bought this in a bundle because I never paid a lot of money for this. Naruto Shippuden Ultimate Ninja Storm 2. Now, that was a myth, eh? I know there's a few of these. I think it's number 3. This was one of my smaller towns next to me. They've got like a cash generator or a cash converters, and it's just a small tiny place where it's really just for checks and monies and loans, whatever else they do there. But they've got a wee tiny section of with their games. PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3, Xbox 360, sometimes the newer ones. That's why I got this one for it. I'm sure it was like £3. £2.99. Needed it, bought it. Syndicate. Now, I know this is, it comes with one of these silly manuals, which isn't a manual. Now, I know Syndicate used to be an old Amiga game. I don't know what the new one's like. I got this cheap, so and even when I go into my local game, this is a cheap game in there, so it couldn't have done that great. I do remember working with somebody and he used to play Syndicate all the time, and he was always talking about it, building weapons and all that kind of stuff. NBA 2K13. This is a good basketball game. Not necessarily 13, but your 2K, NBA 2K are really good basketball games. I played number 12. I've got number 12 and I played that for a wee while. No online or nothing, or never, you know what I mean? I never, I'm sure it's like your kind of FIFA where you could build your team and build your dynasty and build your players, and I'm not going into it like that. I just pick it up and have a wee play with it. A really good game here. SSX. I was going to say SSX Tricky. It's no SSX Tricky at all. It's SSX. This is one of the games I used to play on the PlayStation 2 a lot. The first SSX, and it might have been SSX Tricky then. I remember playing it non-stop. And I played this and it was good. I enjoyed it, and it's got one of those silly kind of manuals, which isn't a manual. It's not really changed much though, because building up your special, and is it tricky? I can't mind what it is. You're meant to build up, but you build up the letters, and once that flashes, you can build it right up to it flashes, and then you can do these Uber tricks or whatever it's called. So it's not really changed. It's the same type of game. That's what I remembered way back in the PlayStation 2. A role-playing game. I think it's maybe really good. I'm sure somebody mentioned on a video a long time ago to try this game, but I don't know how easy it would be to get in. And looking at the back, it looks a traditional RPG game that I would struggle with. It's Eternal Sonata. Is it a couple of, no, I was going to say it's a couple of discs, but it's the manual, it's really thick. Is it all in English though? No, it's different languages. Looking at the back, it looks like the kind of typical RPG game that I would struggle. Because I can see the kind of fighting system here, but I never had it, so I've got it. XCOM Enemy Unknown. Now this is the second XCOM game I think I've got. Because you've got Enemy Unknown, and there's another one called, it's like the opposite of this, isn't it though? Enemy Known, is that? I think these are meant to be really good games. So I got this in a charity shop, because I remember at the time I picked up two. One of the games I used, it was like Connect Sports or one of the, and I traded that into CEX and made money for it, and the lassie went, oh, that's a really good game. I went, alright, oh cheers. Aye. A game that I've played, no to the end, and I put up some gameplay up because I thought it was really good. It looked really good and I enjoyed it. It's Adventures of Tintin, The Secret of the Unicorn. Although it's saying better with Kinect, I don't know what the Kinect does, and I've not got my Kinect set up. I thought it's a decent enough game. It's an easy game. I mean, it's not a hard game. Although it's got a 12 in it, but you know what I mean. My daughter was playing it. So aye, good game. FIFA Street. And this is weird because FIFA Street, but I believe I've got FIFA Street 3, but somewhere they missed out FIFA Street 2, because I was looking, because I thought FIFA Street was really old. Because I'm sure FIFA Street came out for other consoles, but the FIFA Street 2 doesn't seem, and I didn't understand that, but anyway, it's complete. I've never showed you, but it's a silly non-manual that's in there. Diablo 3. At first I thought when I got this, because it's Ultimate Evo Edition, is that what it says on there? Like, I don't know, my disc it says, because it says when I got this out, it was the wee tiny cash converters. I think this was like £4 or something, and I was opening it, it says disc 1, It says disc 1, and you'll probably not see it. Disc 1. I remember walking down the street and I was checking to make sure. It's like disc 1. I was like, oh wait a minute, it's only one disc in here. They tell me that maybe that's why it was cheap. That's what I thought. Maybe that's why it's cheap. But actually, if you look at it, and I googled it, it's disc 1 of 1, which is really weird to put on. Disc 1 of 1. So I don't know, because it says it's Diablo Ultimate Evo Edition on the disc. But it's just a normal front, so I don't know. A game that I've bought to replace one I've already got, and it's the Bureau, and it's XCOM Declassified, and it's a Bureau. Now I've already got this game and it's in my list, but it always bugged me because I think I might have ordered it for CX, and I never did took it back. But what came in mind was it came like this, without this slip cover. It also never came with a manual. So not only was the manual missing, the slip cover was missing. So I always had it in my head that I would pick this up, and I think it was CX. I got this £3, and that's what it's meant to look, like that. Deadly Premonition. This is meant to be a really, really good game. I've not played it, I've not put it on yet. A Rising Star game. But I'm sure I've heard a lot of people talk about this being a really good game. So it kind of looks like a kind of horror. Couldn't it be a horror survival game? Because I've obviously gone through my horror survival game, and I've been buying a lot of games up. So, although I've never seen that on anybody's list when I've been looking. Mission. Men in Black, Alien Crisis. I don't know if it's going to be any good. It's complete. It was cheap. £2.99 cash generator. Metro Last Light. And I think it's limited edition. See, it's limited edition. And I think, if my mind's right, the codes that I had in here actually they worked. So I got the Ranger mode. I did actually. So it was good when you get that, because this was a second-hand game, and I've got Metro 2033. Is that what it's called? And I remember playing at the start, and I got lost, and I never went back to it. But this is obviously a limited edition, which is the download content where you get the Ranger mode, weapons and more, and it unlocked for me. So brilliant. A fighting game. It is fighting, eh? Aye. Is it? Overture and Guilty Gears 2. Cash generator, £2.99. I don't know, it says up to 4 players. I thought it was a games are really thick, the manual's really thick, is it? Aye, it's all in English, massive thick. So what it does, it goes through the moves for the characters. I don't know nothing about Guilty Gears. I thought Guilty Gear was a fighting one-on-one type game. Brand new game that I've been playing. My daughter's been playing it. I've not actually, as I mark the table there, I've not sat down and played it from the beginning for myself. And it's Minecraft Story Mode. This was £9, brand new. It comes at disc. Now I know that episode 5 has just been released, so I think I was able to download the first 3 at the time when I got this. In fact, you can turn it round. What's on that cover? Alright, I see. So you can actually turn it round, so you get the guy. You can actually make it so then, if you want to go the female. But there was no code or nothing, so obviously everything's on the disc. Obviously it's a telltale game. It's so you're no building stuff like in Minecraft. It's like you're kind of Walking Dead, or your Game of Thrones, your the wolf one. What is it? I've got that as well, and I've got that to play through. I've played The Walking Dead, and that's one of my favourite games. Aye, story mode for Minecraft. Last game here, I picked up Gumtree. You had a load of games, and this was the only one I picked up because these rest of these games were priced at kind of what they were worth. Apart from this one, I think he had this up for £3. Now I remember, I think I checked. This usually goes for £17, and it's The Legend of Spyro: Dawn of the Dragon. So I went and picked it up for £3. I needed it for the collection, so it's one of those games that are a wee bit more expensive that I've managed to get into my collection. And I've not looked extensively at what is the most expensive game. I know that there's a, what do you call it, a Barbie game. I think it's Barbie Me and My Horse 2. I remember speaking to another YouTuber, Scottish dude, and he had got it. He paid a wee bit of money for it. He got it cheaper though than what it goes for. And it's maybe a really rubbish game. I think you're riding about on a horse. It's a kiddie game, but I'm sure that was going for £100 upwards, £70 upwards. This one is not that expensive. I'm sure when I looked on eBay, it kind of went for £17 upwards. So to get it for £3 complete, did I show you? Complete. I've not even put this in yet, I don't think. No, I don't think I have. Because I'm sure this will look absolutely gorgeous. Oh, it's got Elijah Wood, Gary Oldman for the voices. Well, there you go. You can do 2-player co-op. Maybe I have put this on. I'm trying to think. I think I have put it on. And I remember it did look really nice. Aye. So there we go. So there's go now. I can put these away now on my shelf in order. Because usually when I buy games, I kind of pack them up on top of my bookshelf, so I know what I bought. I know what videos to do, and they've been sitting for the last month, like that. So I'm able to put them away. Puts me on, I think it's 584. And if that's not the right number, I'll put it down below. I'm going to slow down buying Xbox 360 games because, well, my last video, which was the my video before my last one, which was I'm thinking on horror survival games, and I'm buying them up. And I've got some there sitting there to show. I've ordered some more for CX tonight. So in my next pile of games, my next video, I'll maybe explain it a wee bit more, because I'm actually buying games that I'm wanting. Because a lot of these games, I've never went out to look. I never had these written down. I've just been going to the cash generator, Gumtree, going, all right, I need that, and I buy it. Whereas the new, I'm kind of looking at games I'm wanting for my collection, the one wanting to play and paying the money for it, which you'll maybe see in my next video, because I've got a pile of games that I've been buying, and so I'm going to try and slow down a wee bit on the Xbox 360. I'm nearly at 600, so that's quite a feat in its own. Anyway, leave it there, guys, and thanks for watching. Till next time, cheers.